Better men have founded parties that have gone into oblivion. Where's the party of Awolowo? Where's the party of Azikwe? Where's PRP of Rimi? Political parties must be nurtured, they must be reinvented, they must be true to their own
Join Okoyemi Akinyode and Said Fuad on Midweek Politics every Wednesday, 1 to 3 p.m. on Mainland 98.3 FM for thought-provoking conversations, voices from the top, engaging interviews, in-depth analysis on all matters around politics, policies and governance. Midweek Politics on Mainland 98.3 FM, bringing the right perspectives to everything politics.
Oga Police, no worry, I see you. You know you can do the right thing, right? You know you can do without that bribe. You know you don't even have to harass that young man because he is properly dressed. And you think he's a Yahoo boy? You don't even have to assault that citizen that you bought with your own money 5 years ago. It's no news that the government has not done enough by you. We feel your pain and we wish things could be different as we continue to call on government to wake up to their responsibilities. We want the police to be our friends, just as it is boldly stated across the various police stations nationwide. And from Mainland 98.3 FM, we implore you to do better. We love you and we support you always.
Hello there. Remember the saying, safety first. Your safety matters, and knowing how to make an emergency call can save lives. In times of trouble, knowing what to do and who to call can make all the difference. In case of fire, if you see a fire outbreak in either your home, office, or neighborhood, what do? In case of a crime or in danger, or you see something suspicious, what do? Also, health emergencies come without warning. So, in case of an accident, if someone is unconscious, injured, not breathing, or having a medical emergency, what then do you do? Simple. Reach out to the appropriate personnel by calling the emergency toll-free line on 112 or 767. Remember, 112 or 767. Now here is what to do when you call. Stay calm and speak clearly. Describe the emergency, give your exact location, give your name and phone number so the personnel can contact you if needed. Stay on the line. Follow any instructions, don't hang up until you're told to. And very importantly, do not misuse the emergency line, as OAX calls delay real help and are punishable by law. Let's work together to make Lagos safer for everyone. Remember, this is brought to you by Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. Stay alert, stay safe.
What's your emergency?
It's a beautiful Wednesday afternoon. It's my pleasure to have you join us on Mainland 98.3 FM today. I can smell Christmas at every corner you in the city of Lagos. Well, depending on what part of Lagos you stay. I had something to do on the island over the weekend, and as I was coming out of a hotel roundabout, I just stood myself. I was like, so I went on the island in the afternoon, so I didn't exactly catch the beauty of those designs. So as I was coming out much later in the night, I was like, boy, oh boy, if you are not even excited about Christmas, if you're not looking forward to Christmas, for whatever reasons, truth be told, it's been a very roller coaster year, especially of late. Issues of insecurity, abductions, kidnappings, killings, and all of that. I understand, but again, it's been a long year, so for us to be here, for us to witness the third day of December, means that we've tried, we've done enough, and of course, we just hope that we'll cross into the new year with so much expectations. The whole new year, new me thing, the whole new year, new resolution thing. A lot of people, they don't make sure that whatever you do, you have to stay safe, you have to be vigilant, you've got to be security conscious. You see something, you have to say something, especially this time of the year. And more importantly, the people that will be traveling, even road at upbeat feeling of, oh, it's the end of the year. Accidents usually happen more often at this time of the year than the other part of the. There are no times you want to double your trip, you want to carry overload for public concern about the people you're moving from point A to point B. But more than anything else, we've got to be very, very 2026. I would say Happy New Year. But this time around, it's Christmas. The studio is looking beautiful, by the way. Big shout out to all of the people that did the decoration. I found on YouTube. Go check it out. My studio is looking really beautiful. So it's my pleasure to have you join us on the show today. My name is Oᴏ. I'm also on the menu today. And finally, a certificate of expulsion has been issued to the 9 prominent members of the largest opposition party in Africa and the former ruling party in Nigeria from 1999 to 2015. 16 years of leadership, and after that it looks like it's a case of constant falling apart, and the center obviously is no longer holding for the party that once swore to rule the country for 66 years, the party that went into the to the House of Representatives and the Senate. But the PDP seems to be a shadow of itself. 48 hours ago, the 6th governor that is leaving the PDP in 2025 alone. We started off with Akwa Ibom State, all the way down to Delta State, and all the way down to Enugu State, and all the way down to Bayelsa. Jackson had also announced his resignation of his membership of the party that made him a senator and still a governor. So it's been a purpose of a lot of things. Counter expelling members of the party. It looks like, it's a case of when and not if. That the party that at some point was the largest political party in Africa seems to be finding it difficult to get a grip on its fall. Yes, from State House of Assembly members to National Assembly members, former governors, former senators, former chairmen of the party are moving en masse, and they are switching to other political parties, to Taraba, to Bayelsa, and now we're not sure where the Osun State governor is going to. Could he be a Accord party? Could he be APC? Perhaps he's going to fly on the ticket of maybe the newest bride, Minister of FCT and former governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nasir El-Rufai, has also picked up his membership card of the ADC. And of course, I think their biggest cash had to be the former I hope you got what I just said. 2019 and 2023 presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, is also picked his membership card of the ADC. So it's going to be very interesting going forward, and it's a reality we've got to deal with. By 2026, it's that state governors are presenting to their state houses of assembly. I think about 4 governors have, shot over the 1 trillion benchmark for state governors. Lagos is constant. 600 billion, 463 billion, and a few other states. But more than anything else, what have they done with their 2025 budget? How effective have they driven? How do now is the airport from Ekiti to Ogun to Cross River to Akwa Ibom? In fact, at airport. So it looks like that is the biggest project all of the governors want to embark on, including Ekiti State as well. But more than anything else, we look at the PDP today. We have a soundbite from the national chairman of the Interesting Times. We'll also look at some major issues that we are dealing with on the show today. Insecurity, definitely. I would also have some mention on the show. So if you're joining us for the there will always be the PDP, and it looks like it's not going to stop anytime soon. From expulsion to resignation to controversial conventions to controversial primaries, the one we saw in Osun State yesterday. Good to have you join us for another Wednesday Side Forward.
Thank you for having me in advance. We're already getting into the first.
I mean, it's so beautiful Side Forward.
So at least that's already putting out in this
There's
holiday.
no holiday.
But it's nice to know that at least I think a lot of the school children are going to be on holiday, relax, have some rest, and
at
enjoy
least they're considerably safe.
Safe, yeah. This in this part of town. But again, to south part of the country, of course, a lot comes to mind. Again, just this morning during trends in the paper completely. And so what it means is that for anybody that is able to do a one-way trip at 300,000, over 300,000 naira to the south, the southeast. So a to and fro journey means
that's almost 700k.
So it's not like the talakawas like us or like myself. Let me just speak for myself.
Which one is yourself? Are you removing me from the category?
I don't know. No, we've gotten to a point in Nigeria where you just speak for yourself. Northeastern brothers, a lot of them will still have to go home. No matter what happens, no matter how expensive it is to go home. But I think safe. Secure and then return back, because again you always have this travel in December. I've had a number of my friends who are already in town. Some of them from Canada, from the US, from the UK, already coming in. So they will land before they tell you.
Some of them have even spent like 1 week.
So just to enjoy what Lagos has got to offer in terms of tourism, in terms of the Christmas celebration and New Year celebration. So Lagos is also going to have your festival. I think that has also been announced in Lagos Island. So for true sons and daughters of Lagos,
people like you.
I thought, before we begin to discuss politics, I'm just hoping that we would all enjoy this Christmas, enjoy the New Year celebrations, and just keep us first. Just check and recheck, very careful. If the journey is not very important, please don't go on that journey at this time. This is not to scare anybody. But again, the reports we are getting is that, look, these are tough times for the country. And like Barrister Curtis posted today, this is the time for every Nigerian to also rally behind the president. We face an existential threat. You are for or against the APC, for or against the PDP. These, despite our political, because once we are safe, we can then begin to be enemies of this country who are abducting our children. But it was just important that we also talk about other parts
to weigh the risk and reward. I have to check well if God forbid, and then we're not trying to create fears about how we need to be very, very safe, and we have to be very conscious of what is happening around us, and more than anything else, as you're preparing to travel, you have to weigh the options. The money I'm going to spend in the village, and God forbid bad thing that I get kidnapped, the money I'm going to pay for ransom. I mean, family would always be there. And I'm very, very positive about the fact that I know that they always say that, it's often when things, maybe we've gotten to the climax of this whole security issue and all of that. Maybe the boys are feeling the heat in terms of the security threats that this country is facing. And by this time next year, side forward, things will be better. Nigerians will feel safer. And unfortunately, also have a lot of people that have had to cancel their dirty December plans. In fact, I've had notification warnings about the state we can't go to. But big shout out to the government of Lagos State. I think they are doing some amazing stuff in trying to, tell the Gaussians and the foreigners and feel, the excitement that Lagos shares in December. So we're very, very positive about that. Well, on Friday, the former president Olusegun Obasanjo was in Jos, and he made a statement around how insecurity got bad or worse under the president. Bola, probably one of the biggest things that we're having to deal with right now. Well, At an event in Jos on Friday, our former President Obasanjo stated that Nigerians have a right to seek foreign, asserting that former President Obasanjo lacks credibility to criticize President Tinubu over what former President Olusegun Obasanjo. In Jos on Friday, he said that he's expressing deep concerns over the responsibility of protecting the people. The presidency, however, condemned Obasanjo for his suggestion that President Tinubu should turn to foreign, stated that before recommending the surrender of Nigerians to him in office. Aside for foreign intervention, we've also seen some well-meaning Nigerians that even outside of political affiliation or interest, I said that, you know what, if you fought this battle for 16 years and you don't have any time, but I mean, what does it profit you to have a state where the people are not safe? What do you make of this Obasanjo's statement on Friday, the presidency's reply saying that these...
Part of the conversations we had on Monday, I think the response from the presidency...
Who is speaking?
So when you say presidency or FG replies...
Is it Bwala or Nonuga or Sunday Dari?
I think we have close to 15 people now who put out statements from the presidency to approach, to properly managing information at that level. But again, it will be difficult for anybody to fault what the former president has said. Because again, the records are there for all of us to see. The problem of, I think the issue of OPC here got straight. And at that time, too, we started seeing some of the issues in the Niger Delta. Yes, that was when Asari Dokibo and then some of these other militants were actually causing one or two troubles in the Niger Delta. Then, of course, you had these two issues of these two, I think in the north. I'm trying to remember the name now. So, and we saw the approach, Okoyemi, with dealt heavily on the OPC. That was almost becoming, they came to arrest Gani Adams in a place called Umowo in Badagry town. For people who know Badagry, after Umowo, you get to a place what was happening in Mowo town. I get the information that, look, the government had come to arrest Gani Adams and then granted them pardon. We know what happened to Asari Dokibo. I was also Zaki Biam. Yeah, that was
in Bayelsa,
Zaki Biam in is it Benue that we have now? Then under Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. Yes, there were troubles here and there, but not as widespread and overwhelming, yes, as we have it now. So I don't know where Sunday Dari is coming from, that this whole issue of insecurity started under Obasanjo's regime. It was to,
sponsorship for scholarship,
collections of expatriates and all of that, stopped. Somehow make inclusion.
Maybe with a little validity.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That because again, I've seen things are related in any way. That was an agitation for what you can call economic inclusion, and at that point, we're also coming from the dark days of what happened to the Ogoni 9, the struggle, elevation, the NDDC came up, the Ministry of Niger Delta came up to create more inclusion to a region. Since we put agriculture consensus on the need to do more. Rightfully crude oil from their land, they can no longer farm because there was no arguing about it, that look, the Niger Delta needed to get more. And somehow, the militants, because it was for economic agitation, economic inclusion, stopped whatever they were doing. I don't, except for when we had this recent Fubara problem. I think the era of pipeline vandalism. Yes, we are still seeing crude oil theft.
Sure, that's what I want to say.
The deliberate violation of our pipelines to sabotage the economic interest of the country, I think somehow became a thing of the past. The only thing you have is that one or two people are still involved, or that groups within the region and that are stealing the resources of the country. So I think, validity, And then you look at even the issue of OPC and what have you, you saw that he was also the one that granted Kibo alone, and somehow peace returned in the southwest. We like to party, there was really nothing big that came out of the OPC agitation again after that time. Then came Jonathan problem. And I think the height of it all was the abduction of the Chibok girls. The thing had been brewing. It's been a major source of concern. Questions about what we can call deliberate sabotage of security situation in the country, and nobody cares to say we must find an answer to these things. Yusuf, the leader of Boko Haram at that time, Muhammad Yusuf, Muhammad Yusuf, 24 hours after the military handed him over to the police.
He just died in police custody.
Why have we not been able to answer that? Remember that Yusuf having his sermons, and they were able to listen to him.
And they were just set group.
At that point, they were also well known to the Borno state government. Maybe political, religious, whatever, which was announced that the military had arrested him, apprehended him, and had handed him over to the police. Who and why was
the trigger?
And
everything just went out of control.
And then probably sought collaboration with ISIS, and the rest is history.
And then radicalization started to a whole new level.
So, and that was while we're still looking at what was going on, because again,
we know the gravity
of what was going on.
Those guys were coming back.
On production of the Chibok girls, and then the whole thing started.
And there's actually been pocket of attack happened, and that was it.
And then it got to the point where Boko Haram elements, we were still again, we're looking out of this happened. And then there was a need for re-election in 2015.
From Abuja to Jos.
It was crazy.
It was crazy.
And then brought in mercenaries. At that time, that was when even Jonathan made the pronouncement that in my government, there are Boko Haram in my government. And when Boko Haram made that state, Boko Haram who had infiltrated not only the security
sitting
architecture,
on the table with him,
but who
making policies,
have also become part of government. Until recently, when in an interview, Professor Bolaji's government reached out to the US for assistance, because it was an international issue. It was one of the biggest embarrassment for opposition at that time. Fisted.
Every single day, Alhaji Lai Muhammad, every single day.
I remember that even the current president issued statements, and they were able to frame the issues at that time that, look, even the candidate of the opposition campaign, we have, campaign state. And when Professor Bolaji Akinyemi said that, take out these guys, somebody gave out again in trying to situate the issue. If people like Sunday Dare are already having selective, I keep telling you about this issue of selectivity. You can forget what you decide to forget.
You remember.
Rotten.
There's nothing.
Because
I've decided I don't want to remember.
So you don't remember. That's why
are there not black inks?
I said no, I'm seeing black.
I'm seeing only black.
And I said no, really, this is really you. But that's my problem.
I agree.
It's not your problem. So and the interpretation you also give to issue is also your personal decision. If they are killing people, you might say, well, the thing I'm saying does not look like killing. No. It looks as if of misinformation. There was nothing like this under former President Olusegun Obasanjo. Things the Obasanjo government was accused of being too high-handed.
This is genocide. This is that.
But with what we have now, we are now seeing that maybe that was a message to others.
That don't try this.
If you kill 12 policemen,
we're going to wipe out the entire community.
You saw what we did to a community. Again, this is not
if you are taking that direction at the early stage of this whole
This is not to tolerate what you can call unmeasured responses to security concerns they have in the country. So I remember there was a lot of coming, they don't stand a chance. From in the southeast, it engulfed everywhere in the country. And for 80 years, we had ISWAP. From ISWAP, you had local general. I must say that was an 8 years of waste. 8 years of complete disappointment. The idea for some of us was that, well, it would have taken in the country, that look, for every other thing, there was something that should be, without resolving that,
nothing else matters.
Without having a handle on that, every other thing
is child's play.
Was just going to be a mess. In his approach to insecurity, it was going to be intentions of the president to dealing with insecurity. It has to come from his appointment. Because we are able of commitment and desire to realist. Badaru, Minister of Defense. Bello Matawale, Minister of State for Defense,
surrendered his state
to the bandits. There's a video that is trending recently where he was talking about the fact that the bandits,
there were people,
and so when they are annoyed,
there were times where almost 4 or 5 local governments in Zamfara was under the absolute control of Boko Haram.
So that was, I think, 2-time governor from
Bauchi.
Is it Bauchi or Jigawa? Is it Bauchi or Jigawa? Bauchi. So you add that one too. Look, 2 misfits, if you ask me. Hope that somebody in the APC will come and tell me the thinking, the intelligence that made the president to take the decision to choose those two as ministers of defense and ministers of state for defense. Because for you to choose ministers, we always say something. We talk about key positions. And when you talk about key positions, the security tops the list. As much as we say, economy, you must get
Who
people.
is your NSA?
Time when insecurity had become a major problem.
Where a retired general had failed to make end the defense.
Just like when Obasanjo was coming in, if you remember, one of the major challenges he had to confront, Charles Oludo came in, Femi Adesina. Look at the brains he brought in.
And then we had a sustainable
whether you like it or
big issue.
A big issue. But so one way I thought that, look, the president would have understood that, look, I might have the desire. Projects, there's no other project that should come first
than securing the people.
Than securing the people. So I am still waiting for anybody for defense. We also need to question how Malam Nuhu Ribadu
became the NSA.
When there was enough intelligence told us that, look, the NSA was going to be able to now
the president went too political with those appointments.
We now saw
an NSA that is this accessible. Like you're everywhere. He's
in several committees. He's attending to problem in this place.
You're welcoming a governor that is decamping.
Party politics is there at the height of this widespread insecurity in the country.
No.
So again, we 3 years. Killings in different parts of the country, the North Central. I remember that at some point, it was almost like a daily ritual. We would have to roll out numbers of people that have been killed in a part of the country. What happened? What was our level of response? Did we take it seriously? Was there what was supposed to be like a national emergency to say, this is not an accidental thing?
We made it a state thing.
It was just a statement. We'll go after them. As we speak, we are not even sure. A problem. For some of us, on this side of the divide, who kept asking the crowd that our job here is to say that, look, this is what it is, and this is supposed to be what governance is supposed to.
I don't care what I feel about the president.
And the funny thing is that when people come in, members or even friends. So some of the people who think they are friends to the president or even the party are not even as close. We sit down, we talk,
off the camera of the light, we sit down to eat.
But they know that when it comes to saying the right thing, we will do it.
Has to be done.
Because there's really nothing to gain from coming here to lie to Nigerians. So we tolerated it. I remember again when the issue of choosing ministers came up, and we're saying that, look, it would be nice for the president to be very, very careful. Ministerial appointment is just an administrative thing. When you get there, under Buhari, that a minister for education, the former governor of
the former minister of interior.
Yes, and you see that when they go in there, they are blank, completely clueless. As we speak, we've seen some ministers almost 2 years down the line saying they are still. But there were areas where I expected the president to have been more focused, more intentional, and more decisive. Rewrite and correct those mistakes. I remember my grandfather would always say, costly mistake. That you can make a mistake, but watch out. Be careful to make a costly mistake, because costly mistakes cannot be corrected. Doctors tell you that, look, as bad as cancer is, if you can quickly detect it, and insecurity is like cancer to the nation. Look at where we are now. We are now OTD weeks after. Later, you have to return.
We are used to that health reasons. So look at what's them now.
It will even be right to say the man should refund whatever he must have been paid.
Put this on trial.
And this level of the statement that was released by Trump, if it was released by an opposition politician,
nobody will take it serious.
You know what they will say is that the opposition said.
That's always the reply.
They will say, these are big. If it's Peter
Trump said it, now everybody's trying to sit up.
At least Donald Trump will not participate in your election, and you think he's still nursing the pain of defeat. If you think a Peter Obi cannot speak to issues of nation building because you think he's still nursing the one area, you should never politicize. Don't politicize over simple and ignores The real president now. I told Sage during there's supposed to be 3 levels. You have time solution to the problem. Which one would you categorize solution to quickly first at least stop these killings and abduction? Even the FCT. So how do we quickly, we are withdrawing policemen from VIP? That in itself could become problematic. You can see that even the civil defense join the police to fight this thing and then tell the VIP to apply to NSCDC. They are saying that, where would you get the men from?
When that decision was made, I reached out to a sector commander friend of mine, civil defenders in Ondo State that are active.
When you say active, maybe not all of them are even armed, because they only have
side forward. Let me explain how you said it. I don't want those salaries that are receiving those salaries. They're not even on ground. That they have less than 700 active
in that
defenders
state.
In Ondo State.
So how many of them are trained to carry arms? Because not all the civil defense operatives can bear arms.
None.
So you can see that there are now people who are even complaining that we are not sure these other people can do the job. So that in itself is a problem. I also mentioned not posted to the VIPs for free. So apart from the regular salary they get as policemen,
from the people they are with,
and then we've also gotten reports of, apart from the monthly thing they get as extras, there are some VIPs who even give them what then for the police. They know. So that's why when you see every IG come in saying, we're going to remove it will never happen, because now for the police, they know. So if you are going to be pulling them out because we've now got into this situation, I hope we're not going to be having disgruntled police. The NCDC they have even said we don't have enough men to guard the VIPs. So look at the governor of Kebbi State is telling us that, look,
I'm still asking question. Who gave that
to withdraw
order for the withdrawal of those people
before that thing happened? To how MD Yusuf was killed. Yusuf was killed. The Boko Haram Yusuf. If a lot of questions too that we swept under the carpet without answers. And I keep saying something, again, basic study of crisis management shows that, look, for you to effectively come up with an idea to solve, because at that point of crisis management, it is the point where they tell you bring everything to the table.
Don't hide anything.
It's not like when you are in trouble and your lawyer approaches you.
Tell me what happened.
If you lie now,
you will lie the other side.
So when it comes to crisis management, they tell you at that point of evaluating the problem, assessing the problem, it's a period where you an actionable plan.
You will still sabotage it
because you have not
things on
at the first stage. You've told yourself a lot of lies. And that is why in Nigeria, you will see that the government has given orders. The president has given directives. There's
a around it.
So you see, to solving a problem was a problem. So you just begin to get into more problems. So you now discover that the order itself will now become another problem that you have to look for another solution to solve. So problem where we are now, it wasn't too long that I told people, take care of yourself.
Always do.
Because the money shows the day. When you take 1, 2, 3 steps, I'm sorry, some of us can predict what will happen. And look at where we are now. We talked about the need for him staying back home to do the job he was elected to do. We've been calling for it for a long time. Can the president travel?
There's nothing wrong. Marketer of the
make calls, change. So we see
exactly.
It is to this nation,
to the people, the country.
It is to the country, and you cannot claim to love the country more than some of us. It's not possible. And you cannot claim to love this country than us here. And that's why we're saying that. Look. I keep telling people, even if you look at the problem of immigration all over the world, isn't it time for us, as Africans, as Nigerians, to sit back home to know how to fix this country? That look, we have what it takes to be the real giant of Africa. We have what it takes to keep our people back home. We have what it takes to build this nation to become the envy of the rest.
Well, I've looked at the journey of how our previous blowing out of control. We talked about the OD community in Bayelsa State, Zakibiam in Benue State. By the way, Zakibiam has one of the largest yam farm in West Africa. So there were ways those residents, Mɪᴅ-Wᴇᴇᴜ, your blessed memory, also came in. He made it very clear that, hey, you know what? I'm going to offer amnesty to you guys. Bring your weapons in return for scholarship job employment. In fact, there was a policy they made then that all the multinational companies operating in the Niger Delta was established. There were a lot of things. The NDDC was also further empowered and financed, just to bring some sanity to that region. But of course, led over 24 hours till tomorrow. I mean, late Chibolage was killed in this country. Former Minister of Justice. Till today, nobody knew how that happened. I'm talking about late Chibolage. But before we go into that, let's play a soundbite. It is the voice of Kabiru Turaki SAN, the new national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, saying that, you know what? We have addressed a world press conference very soon, and also drop a disclaimer so that if you relate to these people on the platform on behalf of the party, you do it at your own risk. You take a listen to Kabiru Turaki SAN. State governorship election. The man that was alleged to have emerged as the PDP governorship candidate in the primaries election yesterday has one or two things to do with alleged assassination of the late Chief Bola Ige. So at the time, we think it's a normal way. Stick around, we'll be right back.
General elections in 2023 have created conversations and consequences that will live with us for years to come. From the exact issues that will continue to shape the future of our country needs continuous probing and interrogation.
I see the greater objective for the party. And let me tell you, I've told the PDP in some locations that, gentlemen, be careful. Better men have founded parties that have gone into oblivion. Where's the party of Awolowo? Where's the party of Azikwe? Where's PRP of Rimi? Political parties must be nurtured, they must be reinvented, they must be true to their own
ᴏᴜᴜᴜ and Said Fuad on Meet Conversations. Voices from the top, engaging interviews, in-depth analysis on all matters around politics, policies and governance. Midweek Politics on Mainland 98.3 FM, bringing the right perspectives to everything politics.
This is a certificate of expulsion of His Excellency Nyesom Wike. Excellency, it has been sent to him also through Korea. This is a proof that he has been expelled from PDP. Next is the certificate of distinguished Senator Samuel Anyang, also been sent to him via Korea. Next is the certificate of Kamaluddin Adeyemi Ajibade, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. It has also been sent to him through Korea. Next is that of Abdurrahman Mohammed. It has also been sent to him.
Thank you very much for staying with us. It's my pleasure to know that next week Wednesday, same time, same station. Just put our mail on 98.3 FM. The voice you just heard. You have to think twice on how you address another faction that was expelled. Keeps getting worse. Like I said, in 2026 alone, to Bayelsa, to Taraba. The only reason why we've not seen His Excellency WHO's was because of the day before yesterday. The dancing governor, Governor Jackson Adeleke, also announced. So that means the resignation the letter had been tendered on the 17th and 18th. So even before the convention, he didn't attend the convention. By the way, Mr. Chairman has couriered the expulsion letter of the 9 members. I almost said Ogodi 9. This one is not Ogodi 9. This one is PDP 9. D9. You know, maybe he's just stating the obvious. And I asked him. I said, how can you rate your party as an opposition? And he said, we have failed to do our responsibility. The PDP, is it a case of them not? How did the PDP get to this point, Said Fuad? In 2003, heading to that election, the PDP had 30 governors and absolute control of both the national. Even sure, my intel, exclusive, 7 governors leaving the PDP in 2025. There is allegation of Wike's issue. There is the Sheyi Makinde conversation. There is the governor of Bauchi.
This management, I think we all knew, or we all know, how the whole crisis in PDP started. Again, depending on where you want to start from. Are you going to trace it back to when Chief Olusegun Obasanjo decided to tear his membership card? Or you want to stay with to take control of the party, the funding of the party? And I think the last straw that broke the camel's back was putting everything. He had funded the party. He had, I think his political calculations
was that I have the party in my pocket in the same River State.
So I think he thought that everything was sorted out before Alhaji Atiku Abubakar brought out
the joker,
the political joker. That first step is the step where everybody sits to tell themselves the truth. So room and tell themselves the real truth about the time that they decided that look, what am ahead of us? Can we sit down to talk about the future of the party? They were not able to do that. Again, the president to now appoint Minister Wike as the minister of that. The PDP is kept in disarray, and whether you like it or not, it is in delivering on the job that you see today that Wike was also able to get the support of the presidency. You know, you saw that the president even had to do what he had condemned in the past by suspending a government, ensuring that the opposition PDP does not know peace. Whereas the people in the PDP were not able to, in that same Osun state, you know, there's a faction for that governorship primaries.
Where
we came from Ibadan. In fact, they came from Ibadan. In fact, when they arrested some people at the
said they're loyal.
They were coming to do national election in Osun, only for them to land in a PDP.
In the body of Osun.
In Osun yesterday. But the question that somebody will come from Oyo to come and pull what they pulled yesterday. I mean, it's so funny that even INEC officials of that faction has been able to at least bring up a candidate. In fact, what they even did was to ensure that Jackson Nuruddin, the governor's name, was on the ballot paper. So the other matter has emerged. So the Seyi Makinde faction seems to be moving on with their decision on the party. They have their own national ESCO. They have done their NEC convention. Nuruddin has become a political orphan. I'm talking of Jackson Adeleke, the governor. ADC may become a Mr. Jackson Adeleke is looking at having a similar deal to the kind of deal that this man in Anambra was able to strike with the presidency, Soludo. So why you want to
so that they don't
mobilize their mass? Again, if people listen to us, we are not saying there's no morality or ideal situation here. Governor Adeleke once looking at the federal might is hoping to still strike a deal. That's why you saw that even while the APC stopped him from joining them, he said that look, I will remain in the PDP, but I will support President Bola Ahmed Tinubu
for second time. He said he's a son of the soil. He
said, look, I will not. He's my brother. He's a son of the soil. I will support him for 2027. And it's not just by saying it. Whatever he does now going forward,
has to reflect that position.
Commitment. So that's why he's in a big dilemma. And you know this dilemma, it must end this December because the INEC in shopping for a party, the music must end this December.
I mean,
irritate and annoy the presidency. He's the ADC of Aregbesola in Osun. So that place is a no-go area. Adeleke, imagine maybe Accord. I don't know. People have talked about.
I like to say Ilola also come. Governor Adeleke is only Accord.
So
APC
must have been talking, and one of the things he will also be looking at is to check the political party is going to, so that they don't have any internal crisis. What it means is that he will now have to quickly build a structure for that party. You know, is he going to get, for example, at the local government?
Does he have that control of the politics of the state? I mean, we've seen that played out in some states.
Yes.
We've seen Akwa Ibom, we've seen Enugu, House of Assembly, the entire structure following him. But does Jackson, especially knowing the fact and the support they have, and follow him to another
So that's why I
party?
said yesterday, the Speaker of the Osun State House of Assembly that they said they did was a sharp. And was telling Seyi Makinde that has moved to another party. So interesting times ahead.
Are still staying in Osun. The Osun State Governor Ademola Adeleke and other key leaders of the PDP, Damola Adebayo, emerged as the PDP candidate for the 2026 governorship election. Adedayo polled 909 Shogbo. At declaring the result, the chairman of the primary committee, Onfrey Abba, said, void 20. We told you earlier that one of the aspirants withdrew has returned. Shortly after the exercise, the Speaker of the House of Assembly, Adewale Egbedun, led lawmakers to the venue and confronted individuals by suspected hoodlum. They said they were in Oshogbo for a union meeting. not to participate in any political activity. So here we go. Governor Jack's governorship election in the states. Well, let me quickly flash you through the profile of the Senate is currently strange within a short period of time. So I'm asking,
yes, interesting.
Is standing order on the floor of the House as regards the House taking a position on the screening of the minister designate general. Give you update on that particular one. Well, Adebayo Adedamola on Tuesday, March the state capital, where the chairman of the primary Humphrey Abba also announced earlier on, Governor Adeleke had announced his resignation from the PDP. The letter was dated 4th of November 2025, addressed to PDP Ward 2 chairman. Side forward, I think we just have to keep our fingers crossed and monitor proceedings from Osun State. Where Governor Adeleke chooses to go to from here is December, and that's just a few weeks to go. Well, we've got calls to pick side for, but let's quickly touch at the statement of Chief Dele Momodu. He has argued that many opposition office that the only opposition candidate that is ready for the 2027 election is Atiku Abubakar. Of course, Atiku Abubakar picked up the nomination form a day before his 79th birthday, just a few days ago, and is also to him.
Well, you know, Chief Dele Momodu has been having a lot to say about the political aspirations of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. I think he's somehow become the unofficial spokesperson to Atiku.
I mean, now there's no mockery, there's no Buala. As someone would have to do that job.
You know, even though Suraki Adama himself has got an official, I think that's Paul Ibe. But, you know, when it comes to really appearing on the media space to begin to push the Article 2020, it is already well predicted that the ADC appears a political party formed to give Alhaji Atiku Abubakar a final chance, a final shot at the presidency. Yes, there are other politicians there like former Governor Rotimi Amechi, former Minister Rotimi Amechi, who are saying that, look, I'm not here to joke. I'm not here to become running mate to anybody. I the only one thing to say a whole lot of things that change midway. My mind tells me that as it stands, no politician today, going by the pedigree of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, his capacity, his understanding of how to play party politics, that can defeat him at the presidential primaries of the ADC. I think he's gotten it well sorted out. He just announced that, look, all the state chairmen of the ADC had visited him and had pledged loyalty to him, well sorted out. The party most likely will be putting him out as a presidential candidate in 2027.
But I mean, sorry to hold your thought side forward.
Yes.
When the former governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nasir El-Rufai, was also picking up his membership form of the ADC, he said that himself alongside Peter Obi begged the coalition to allow them finish all the by-elections before vision.
Sure.
And El-Rufai said that he will soon decamp to the ADC, talking about Peter Obi. Rotimi Amechi is also saying that it is presidential ticket or nothing, that is not settling for. When of the leadership of the ADC may have,
we don't know the complete internal workings of the ADC, even though from observation, from reports, and some of this level of politicking, money for money, man for man, boot for boot, strategy for strategy. I doubt if Peter Obi or Rotimi Amechi would defeat an Alhaji Atiku Abubakar in the presidential primary. Atiku that was able to defeat quote and unquote Almighty Wike, who thought he had sorted out everything in the PDP. So he understands the game of winning party primaries. He's done that severally. And I think it won't be different of Mr. Peter Obi than Rotimi Amechi. Sincerely, my own evaluation, political evaluation of Rotimi Amechi, he stands no chance really. It's not only about I don't think he has a network, national network. To if they put him against a Bola Tinubu will defeat him just so easily, really. So the problem is being clear that the ADC is not going to give him the ticket. And we've said it here several times that Mr. Peter Obi has not in any situation gone into a party primary to really compete.
Even as a two-term governor in Anambra State.
There has never been a record of him really doing real politicking to get the ticket of a party. these things are almost given to him, handed over to him. So would he be ready to go into the ADC to slug it out with Atiku? And when it comes to party primaries, let's be adults and let's not deceive ourselves. This idea, I know they give shishi, does not work. You are not know what we do. We know what they do. We are just saying it the way we see and how they do it. So he is not going to be ready to do more than shishi. He will go there, money for money, bag for bag, intrigue for intrigue. In fact, he will go spiritual. So I don't know really, but again, it will be difficult really to fault Chief Dele Momodu's position that.
Okay, let's allow you join the conversation. According to Chief Dele Momodu, of course, him also being a one-time presidential aspirant and candidate in the presidential election. We've talked about the fallout of the governorship primary, that the governor, as we speak today, does not belong to any political party. After he announced his resignation of the PDP, he has not announced his next destination yet. Loyalty to the presidency is Mɪᴅ-Wᴇᴇᴜ of ADC in Osun State. And whether we like it or not, the last 1 month, the ADC fact, one of the foremost traditional rulers in the state, had also come out to support ADC and Mɪᴅ-Wᴇᴜ in the state. But then, let's keep our fingers crossed. We started off with the presidency replying the former president Olusegun Obasanjo saying that no, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Here, I will also read all of your messages on Facebook. Hello, good afternoon. 1 minute. Hello. Okay, I've got to be late. 0913 0410. Hello, good evening. Reach us on our social media platforms at facebook.com/mainland 98.3 FM. Let's go on a very, very short.
It's easy to bring normalcy and redecorate. It's more difficult.
That will live with us for years to come. From the executive to the judiciary, legislature, media, and the people, organized labor, and still interrogation.
I see the greater objective for the party. And let me tell you, West PRP or Rimi, political parties must be nurtured, they must be reinvented, they must be true to their own
괡ɪᴛᴛᴇ Akínyòdé and Saheed Fuad on Midweek Politics every Wednesday, 1 to 3 p.m. on Mainland 98.3 FM for thought-provoking conversations, voices from the top, engaging interviews, in-depth analysis on all the right perspectives to everything politics.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, the gentleman.
Hello, good afternoon. Okay, you're welcome.
Yeah, good to hear from you.
Thank you.
Sorry, I want to speak here now that guy does not know politics. That man, I don't know. Honestly, if you want to jump, politically lock himself out. That's my opinion.
Second time election. It's not even going to be funny. Hello, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. This is Olaiwola from there.
You're welcome, Mr. Olaiwola.
Yeah. You see the issue of Osun State. The issue, it cannot be like Anambra in Anambra there. But in Osun State, the president has an interest from the time of Alexandra.
The PDP, the APC fielded the candidate in the last election in Anambra State with almost 100,000.
Yeah, president always has interest there. From the time of Alexandra down to Agboriga. But the issue at this moment is that The primary they conduct yesterday have already implicating the Ademola Adeleke in terms of electoral act. The electoral act says you cannot participate in a same election with two different parties. And yesterday his name appear on that thing. If he contests another party now, they will take governor. And the second part of it, hello?
Well, with you. And
the second part of it, the machinery that APC have in us at this moment, and the machinery is about because the last
side for I think the Osun State governorship election is going to be very, very funny. Depending on who the APC picks as their candidate.
Because it's about political machinery, and there's the federal might that might come.
And it seems there's some big interest in that state, especially with
that contested under a united PDP. There would have been support from other governments. The man is in trouble.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon. Yeah. I know Kashim was not a governor when Mama used to work here.
Was it Amadou Sharif?
It's Amadou Sharif.
Amadou Sharif.
But during his time now, to Meduguri, to control the family. Now you should ask yourself, what is the connection between Obasanjo on the terror of that time? Up to today we have
solved. That would have helped us.
Okay. That is true. That is was a sitting governor. But don't forget, Jonathan invited but in that year, I don't want to, because of public, this is the national radio. Hello?
Now we were with you, yes.
The head of military at that time. Even Modi Sharif was threatening that he's going to court and sue that guy. And the guy was telling that I'm waiting summary of all. You understand? Obasanjo knew name Boko Haram. They started their name that Mama used to work.
Thank you.
Sorry, before I go, Adwaka, do you want me to call him?
Thank you.
Sorry, so that is my distance.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm just, with one eye looking at the screening on the floor of the Senate. It looks like I think we should take a cue from this because now
the debate is very, senators. And you saw that
we narrow down the question.
And you can see that the debate looks very strong.
The senator from Taraba, side forward.
So what you can it. Anyways, okay, yes.
Interesting. Let's just get done. His best on insecurity in Nigeria. Otherwise, the issue shouldn't be centered around him alone. We have stakeholders. What are the governors doing with the security votes given to them by the federal government? Emmanuel, during President Obasanjo's tenure of 1999 to 2007, it was marked by significant violence. Violence in 2007, prominent assassination. Very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. From Adamo. You see, I don't know why people keep going back. I called the mechanic, come and fix my car. That social mechanic has done. Where is he done? He said you eradicate insecurity in Nigeria. You are there now. You're not doing anything. All the things they're pointing at that social president is not doing where they should reside. Now you're doing the same thing and you're failing. People are still giving excuses. By God's grace, next I'll be 60. I enjoy Nigeria now. I know what it is. Why we like this?
So as defense minister is a welcome development, but I would have loved him being appointed as NSA. With no regime. I never believe in this president. Where is his proposed National Youth Conference? Sunday that he should go and get his fact right. Do you mean any one of those guys that talk for Tinubu and APC deal with facts of security for over 2 years? What a politics taking too far with our security by the president. As for me, I keep on shouting that the day the northern leaders, which includes the political, had the truth about insecurity in their region, that is the day Nigeria exporting insecurity to the entire country. Even the government at the center decided to play this. Innocent Nigerians are the one receiving at the receiving end. APC is a misfortune upon Nigeria. The natural resource war contributing the whole drama distasteful. I'm enjoying the whole comic episode, including the drama at the Senate yesterday between Senator Goje, exactly Abdullah Goje, and the president of the Senate. Hello, good afternoon to you.
Hello, good afternoon, bro.
You're welcome.
Alhaji, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello, Mr. Lucky. Oh, maybe you can try and call back if you're lucky. I can imagine how long it took you to get up on this show. Noah from Igondo says, the PDP didn't look for a black goat in the daytime. They were initially in disarray, allowing Minister Wike to manipulate the party structure. If all the PDP governors and other party leaders were in one accord, they would have pulled out Wike with other dissidents a long time ago. Noah from Igondo. Wow. Okay. Hello, good afternoon to you. Oh, we got to be late. Thank you very much. Yeah, good afternoon to you. Side forward, you said the military will not let the media stop this special hatred against the police.
Again, we always tell you to listen.
That's Nicholas from Agbara.
And said, not us giving that opinion. Based on the opinion of people who are within the security architecture of the country, and again, being the president is different from being an appointee of the president. So you are comparing things that are not comparable, really.
Ryan from Agege says, good afternoon to you guys. Salt would not count. Guys, what a shame. The man that destroyed the PDP and that the PDP was buried. That's Chris from Agboro.
You see, they want all my governor to work for us. Oh God, what's left one? It's left. Because I like the man to spend 6 years to complete all the projects started. Okay, I wish him well. And for the security, I can remember 1982, where the only one was IG then. So for me, if somebody tell me that the university is more qualified because it's incorruptible Nigeria, if you say, when I love this man, when they pay him $15 million, corruptible man, so if this man gives Mr. President advice, will he tell Nigeria say, yesterday?
So, Prince Wise, I'm not doubting your position, and I respect your opinion absolutely. But if you have to advise, he will have given the president, is giving us the results that we're seeing right now.
Okay, from Chiefs. It me, Dima wanted the jingle his cabinet.
From K2. He says, good afternoon, gentlemen in the studio. Thank you for your good work. God will indeed bless you and allow you forward for your unbiased analysis. Any need to organize any election other than to ask Tinubu to continue for life as president. Okay. Let me also, Tona Samuel says, good afternoon to the political duo. Good day to you guys. Good listening to analysis and the good Manchester City. Well, that was a close result yesterday, by the way. Good afternoon, gentlemen. The government of election will be divided now, coupled with the federal might to support the APC. I've already read your message. James Ogbona, agree to fundamentally. Okay, I already took your message on WhatsApp as well. Benjamin is saying, it's unfortunate and shameful to see that American president is the one in the lives of Nigerians because it takes one to be alive. I always enjoy listening to Side for us. Bayabi was telling them to that attack on Obasanjo. All these lead to have not have any interest to secure the lives of Nigerians. That is just in one more call. Mr. Gege Joshua.
Yeah, Prof. Good afternoon.
You're welcome.
I agree with you.
Oh, no, Gege Joshua.